This is Broughton Castle in Oxfordshire, although it is actually a fortified manor house. It's got a very large moat here, very deep looking, very large moat. It's got a bridge there and a very, very well fortified gatehouse. The walls there aren't particularly thick, and the building itself, although it's a fortified manor house with those huge windows, it's not that fortified, to be honest. Mainly the large moat here is the probably the biggest part of the fortifications that you'd have to get through, or you'd probably attack the gatehouse anyway, because that's the easiest way to get in, although that would be a bit of a struggle, because it is a quite a fortified position there. Although it's a later one, it is a square tower rather than a round tower, because round towers are much harder to knock down than a square tower, although they're slightly harder to build. There is a church right next door. This place is only open normally on during the summer months, Wednesdays and Sundays, but today's a bank holiday Monday, so it's open at 2. I mean, you can see this part of the house, apart from the fact that there's a very large moat, it's not really that defendable. It's classed as a fortified manor house because it had a license to crenellate, which basically means a license to turn it into a fortified house. Oh, we've got 2 magpies sitting on the fence, 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. That's good. I think the same family have lived in here for quite a few years. I did meet a rather posh gentleman, who told me what the time of there's a little tea room in there. He told me when it was open. He sounded like a posh gentleman. I think he might be the owner. Yeah, we'll have a look around inside in a minute. I'm just going to go for a very long walk around the... He said you can walk anywhere in the grounds, so we'll have a... Doesn't look like it's going to rain. Yeah, we'll have a look around that in a bit. So you can see the church there at Broughton Castle, the gatehouse and the house. I think the original house was built in about 1300, and then something like 1406 he received a license to crenellate, which basically means a royal license to fortify your home. And then he built it, I think there were 3 rivers coming in here, which he's used to fill the moat, I mean. Most people think of castles on tops of hills because they're defensible, although this isn't technically a castle. It's in a river valley, and you will find lots and lots of castles in river valleys. There are some quite good parklands around here that you can walk in. It's one of the main reasons it would have been here, probably because of the hunting and game and so on. They did love their hunting and so on. Standing under this massive tree. I think it's an oak tree. I'm not an expert on trees. Somebody will probably tell me it isn't. This is the gatehouse at Broughton Castle, walking through. Very old gates. Narrow loops on the sides. And out into the courtyard.
Hello.
Hello. see the walls aren't very thick there, the crenellations. At the time this was built, you just had the early part of gunpowder, so that wouldn't be very, it wouldn't stand up very well. I don't know if they allow photography inside, but we'll have a look around. We'll walk around the other side in a minute. It's quite open, that side. This is the garden part of the Broughton Castle. This is still an inhabited home. I mean, I don't know if this is their only home, but the I think it's the Rains family who lived in here for quite some time. Not 100% sure what that is, just the base of a pillar maybe. So there is a family that still live here. You can go into the garden, which we will in a minute. As you can see, there's a barbecue over there and a child's toy there. There's quite an interesting little projecting building, a little thing off the edge there. It could have been a garderobe at one point, although there's no opening in it now. That looks like where one of the streams would come in over there, although the water's not moving. That's all clogged up now, look, by the look of it. There's a sundial on the wall there. Well looked after garden. I should imagine there's parts of the houses that you're not allowed in because of people still living in them. I mean, it's nice that they open their house for you to come and visit it in the first place. Very, very old looking doors and such like. You can see how thick the some of the walls are. Really have a lot to do in the medieval period, certainly for food and eating and that, so they would have used gardens for their foods. Ponds, the moat, etc. for waterfowl and fish and so on, and the lands around for gathering and hunting. But they would have had some of their food in these little gardens, herbs, etc. I've just met the owner at the entrance. Very, very nice man. I just asked him if I could take a little video inside. He said yes. I think this would be called an undercroft. That's out to the Great Hall. There's a lot of armour in here. This did take part in the English Civil War. because I think the Battle of... Is it? No, it's not Edge Hill, is it? Edcut? Something like that. Isn't far from here. That looks like a chapel up there. You can see these sort of vaulted ceilings that they have. With the moat. Clamber around on a roof. I do like places that open their roof up. This place would have had a lot more trees, but you can see for quite a distance around. I don't know if you can get access to other parts of the roof, but this would have been a good point to be shooting at people. I think when this was fortified, crenelated, I think he was still using longbows. Artillery hadn't really come in by then, or it just started early, just after the 1400s. But we're still using longbows, mainly.